cleaning my jig. Because I just polished it. A little bit better. Doesn't have to be beautiful. This is version 4.1, which is very robust. So if you're thinking of getting one from the, I've got a new domain. It's called isharpenshop.com. Should have got that in the first place. But if you head over to, I'm Baz. This is my channel, I Sharpen. For those who are new, welcome. And I sharpen knives. I have about 1,000 movies nearly, not quite. All are exactly the same movie, sharpening knives. That's all you're going to see here. So if you like watching people work, then maybe you could hang around. Before you go, you can. This movie is sponsored by myself. I don't have any sponsors. Nobody's giving me any free stuff. I've lost my knob. I just had it. Where is it? Oh, it's on here. What I'm missing is the small #1 screw. So, sponsored by me, I'm the only one, and the only way you can support this channel, if you want to support the channel, is to head over to isharpenshop.com and pick up one of these fantastic knife jigs that makes your Tormek life much easier, They bolt straight onto the KJ jigs. This is the old handle. This is my handle. See the difference? Massive difference. This allows you to thumb cup at the back and clamp it in. So you're not going to rock your knife, never rotate when you're sharpening. Whereas this one could easily rotate and wobble, so I got rid of that. I invented this, and now you can buy it. So, today I have some knives to sharpen from a very famous restaurant in our town. And I'm going to, I've got 11 knives here, so mark the time. I'm going to try and get them done in 1 hour. So if you look at the timestamp on this video, if it's over 1 hour and 5 minutes, then I failed. But doesn't matter. So they're all fairly fat. They do all need thinning, but I'm going to do my best to just give them one last edge before we go there. We've got Globals, we've got Western, we've got Sabatier, we've got a Japanese. We'll do that one first. So if you want to just hang around quickly and then nick off, hang around and watch me do this one. And some boning knives and a filleting knife, flexible. So, also a single bevel global. We're all going to be done in this video. So, hang around. My wheel is a Blackstone wheel. This is my preferred wheel. This is the graveyard of all the synthetic wheels that I've tried, no good. I purchased the diamond wheels as well from Tormek. No sponsorship at all from them. I buy all my own stuff, and I sent them back 4 days later because they were too blunt to use. Don't know what happened there. And I am going back to the Blackstone with my turbocharger, which is this little collar that fits onto the drive wheel, increases the speed. It's an extra 4 millimeters in diameter, 2 on each side. I'm not selling these yet, but if you want to know how to turbocharge your Tormek, just grab some tape and wrap it around that bottom spindle and your speed will increase. I'm getting about a 30% increase in speed, which allows me to keep the wheel at a regular 320 grit grading, which is about 1,000 grit in real life. And the extra speed allows me to just go through them and get them done in super fast time, as you're about to see. So if you're going to nick off, thank you very much for watching. If you're going to hang around, thanks for hanging around. So let's get started. First, I clamp my knife in. This one I polished up using my new polishing skills. I have several businesses that I run from this home workshop. One of them is motorcycle metal polishing, but also I can polish knives now. So I'm doing that, and that's good fun. Right. Tighten that clamp, give it a race car test, make sure it doesn't move. Turn this off. Pop it on, pop it on. I'm going to go with, my standard is about 32 degrees these days, 16 degrees per side. These are quite fat knives, so they're going to probably have quite a large bevel, but that's okay because when I put a large bevel on, it sort of has a thinning effect because the bevel is very large because it's so fat. Very large bevel, so it kind of thins the knife a little bit towards the edge as opposed to having a real sort of, you know, steep angle. So let's just see how this goes. Straight into it. Oh, I know what that is. Be quiet. Let's just see how this goes. I have the option of downgrading the wheel down to 80 grit. You can buy these plates in pairs. I sell them both two at once. You get the 80 and the 320. So head on over to isharpenshop.com and give them a go. See if there's anything there that you like. Now, I've come up with a t-shirt idea, which I'd like your opinion on, and see maybe if whether or not you'd buy a t-shirt. And also, how much do you expect to pay for a t-shirt? I've been looking at some of the prices, the drop shipping prices, and the way that I see it, the t-shirts are really expensive. So I don't know, how much would you be willing to pay, or should you be paying for a t-shirt? Maybe add a few bucks for support of the website, but not too much. And so the idea that I had was, you know, the Crocodile Dundee line, that's not a knife, that's not a knife, this is a knife. So my idea is a t-shirt that says that's not a knife, and then a picture of something that's not a knife. Motorbike, apple, dog, picture of chili. And that way I could create new ideas with the that's not a knife idea. On the back I might have my my logo or something like that, or maybe even another picture. So what do you think of that idea? Silly or a bit humorous? You talk a lot, Baz. I do. It's a big, big bevel. But I think if I can push it all the way to the edge, we're going to be okay. You know what? It's going to be a lot of work on this one, so I'm going to rough it up just a little bit. Pushing mildly, not too hard. You don't want to wear that wheel away too fast. A wheel away. You can hear straight away that it's rougher or more coarse. Haven't had a video out for a while. Being shiny, it can also be slippery, so make sure it doesn't slip on you. What's happening here? This will be a single camera view. Not a very fancy video. These days everyone wants to do fancy videos. I am the anti that. I do plain ordinary videos. I wish I had a cameraman. I wish I had an editor. I wish I knew how to use those fancy editing programs. But as it is, every movie that you have seen on this channel, and I don't know how many there are, let me know in the comments how many movies I've made. It's over 800 now for sure, I think. Have been filmed on that iPhone 14 and edited on iMovie, which is a free program from Apple. I'm just digging that heel in a bit to see if I can get that. Of course, the beauty of this jig is that you can pop your thumb in at the back and really anchor yourself against the rest, which makes a huge difference in accuracy, consistency, and all the other C's. Sales of this have been going off the scale, so thank you for all you guys who are buying them. I hope you're enjoying them. The reports are that people are enjoying them. They really change your sharpening. I'm really proud that I was able to invent it and bring it to you. I'll give you a little tip when you're buying it. Everybody should be buying it using the discount code that appears on the top of the website, but not every time. You have to keep refreshing the page until you see it pop up. When you see it pop up at random places, then you get that code, you put it in, you save yourself a few bucks. So go over to iSharpenShop.com. Link is in the description at the end of this movie, and check out the Tormek sharpening accessories. Okay, well, I've got a burr, but the bevel's a bit massive, but we are revealing the inner core metal. This is a dual core or single core sandwich. Is it Sandman style. Gave the handle a bit of a polish, so I'm getting into that lately. This one's taken a bit longer than expected. Now, do I need to finish them in 1 hour to make good money? No. If you do the maths, think about how much would you charge for a knife sharpening? I charge 20 bucks, or 25 for the Japanese, but 20 bucks for a normal knife. How much would you charge? So if I'm charging 20 bucks for a normal knife, and I can do 10 an hour, well, that's a better rate than I have ever been paid at a job. This edge is a little bit wobbly, so I'm going to go over to the sander and just give it a nice touch so that it's all sweet. You can come with me if you want. Have a look at the motorcycle in a minute. Got all my polishes and things here. Get them out of the way. Real life here, real life. That's called a rake. Use it for cleaning the buff. Check out my new buff station with extended arms. Whoa! That's what I'm using lately. Cleans the wheels. Much better. Much better. You want to see the motorbike? Bit messy. There she is. Bring it over to the side so you can get a good look. I've recently put these engine bars on to protect the engine. Looks great. Still not finished, but nearly there. Wow, 17 minutes in and still on the first knife. That's not good. That's not good. I wonder how long it's going to take me. But you guys said that you don't mind watching. So there's enough watching here for everyone. Come and go. Or if you are already bored, but you still want to support the channel, let the movie run to the end. One of the most important factors in the algorithm for YouTube is, are they watching the whole entire movie? Because that means it's a good movie. So if you want, don't forget, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because I'm just about to get to 80,000 subscribers, and I would so love to get to 100,000. Nothing happens when you get there. You get a silver plaque, so what? But advertisers pay attention to that, so I might be getting some deals, although I'm not expecting anything from this mob. They would have sponsored me by now if they were interested. And what's interesting is I'm hearing about other channels with like 1 or 2 movies. They send them an email and they say, hey man, can you send us a free machine to test? And they send them a free machine. But I get bupkis. Never mind. It is what it is, right? I get support from you guys, which means you're enjoying the channel, which means it's having some sort of value for you, and I'm happy at that. And really, I'm only making this one video for you. I don't make it for lots of people, I make it for you. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm there. Just need to tidy up this heel a little bit. When I tidy up the heel, I bring it in, exaggerated, and I carve it out, because sometimes the heels, they go in a bit, and so when you're going straight, you miss it because the heel dips away. So if it dips away or comes up this way, then what I do is I lean the knife in and I give it that one. What's up, Chili? Who's stuck in the well? Ooh, somebody's out the front. Oh, they'll poke their head up. Now, so I've got a good burr here. So now I'm going to use my 320 plate. These black stones you can't grade with the normal stone, because the back is made of the same stuff. So all it does is it glazes over, and one doesn't cut the other. The smoothing side does work a little bit, so you can smooth it. And you know, when I rub this on there, it does have a little effect, but not the proper one that you would get like by touching it with the 80 grit plate. So these are kind of essential if you're going to go the Blackstone route, which I suggest you do. I've tested all the wheels. I've tested CBN. I've tested Tormek diamond wheels. I've tested resin bonded diamond wheels. They're all rubbish. For knife sharpening anyway. Apparently the diamond wheels from Tormek aren't really designed for knife sharpening. because with knife sharpening we're edge leading, which means the wheel moves into the edge of the knife, and that is why they ruin very quickly with knife sharpening, so I've heard. They are designed for edge trailing, so where the wheel moves away from the edge, and the wood turners and the chisel guys, they come in from this side, and it's very gentle on the diamonds because the diamonds are going away from the knife or the edge of the wood plane, or the plane blade, or the the cold chisel. I suppose you could do it backwards, and not cold chisel, wood chisel. So it could be that they just wasn't suitable for knife sharpening. But the Blackstone, that is the hero of the day. And what I'll be using from now on. So I bought 3 diamond wheels. I bought all of the Tormek diamond wheels and I gave them back. And they sent me 4 Blackstones. I had to pay a little bit extra. So I'm happy. And of course I still love the Tormek system, no problem there. So I don't want to appear ungrateful, I'm not. I just wish that they'd come to the party, because one of the things I wanted them to do was to give me a free Tormek T8 rig so I could do it as a giveaway. Wouldn't that be good? You get a ready-made business in a box, winning. I would have loved that. I'm not going to do it myself, that's for sure. That's like a multi-$1,000 rig. But you see other people giving away thousands and thousands of dollars. Cletus McFarlane gives away brand new trucks worth I don't know how much, plus $50,000 in the glove box. That's because they make tens and tens of thousands of dollars off each video. He was able to buy an airport. He's just built a gigantic dream home on that airport. He employs all his friends. They do crazy stunts. It's a great life. That's the YouTube, I call it the YouTube ecosphere, which is where if you can get enough money out of YouTube advertisers, those little ads that you click skip on, not that I'm encouraging you to click skip, but let's just say you did, and every time you click skip, we get paid. And in case you're wondering how much it is, you get paid about $10 per 1,000 views. So what's the maths on that? If it's 1 million views, 1 million divided by 10 is 100,000. So for every million, see what happens when you do maths on live broadcasts? Let's work it out. $10 per 1,000, which means $100 per 10,000, which means $1,000 per 100,000. So for every million views, you get $10,000. That's a good thing. That guy with the lawn mowing round who goes and does free lawn mowing for people who can't afford it or are in dire straits, he makes about 30 or 40 grand per month per video. $30,000 to $40,000 per month per video. He's a multi-millionaire every single month, over and over and over again. How good is that? And he uses that, he still gets out there with his high vis, helps people. What a great life. What a great life that is. I was watching a video the other day about how to make money on YouTube with AI videos. And, you know, I mean, it is tempting. I'd create a new channel and just go off and do that. I wouldn't need to advertise it to you guys or get you guys to watch or anything like that. But, and then I thought, is that really something that I want to contribute to the world? I mean, it's money. Money is freedom. Freedom is the ultimate goal. But, I don't know, what are you adding to the world with AI videos? Nothing. You're adding distraction. Whereas I'm adding some value at least here. You can watch me sharpening knives. Even though this thing's going to take me bloody half an hour. But I've got a nice bevel there. Looks like it's a bit wobbly on the thickness thing. Somebody seems to have given this a go, I reckon. There's a couple of belt sanding guys that go around to the restaurants, and I think that's what's happened here. But I've managed to get a pretty good bevel. And we're good to go. Now we hone. We may have a new nib soon. It's getting pretty small because I use this for metal polishing as well. Now I know my long videos are not popular, but those of you who watch them, if you're watching and you enjoy the long videos, I'm making you happy, and you know what I mean, isn't that a good thing? I would love to make lots of money from videos because it allows me to continue working from home. And maybe one day buy a house if I don't die of old age before then. It's almost impossible to buy a house now in Australia unless you're a multi-millionaire, which is very sad. There are reasons why that's happening. It's designed. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Hopefully things will change soon. Beautiful. All right. Strop. Kangaroo tail. If you're in Australia, I sell some fantastic kangaroo tails. That one I sold to a person. He wanted that exact same tail that was on the video, so I sold him that. I've got another one over there. I can bring one in later if you want. But I don't want to tease the non-Australians because they can't get them. However, if you really want a better strop than cowhide, cowhide is useless as a strop, and that's why people have to spray diamonds on there and put compounds on there, because the leather itself is no good. So it just becomes a sponge for whatever abrasive you want to put on there. Whereas kangaroo tails are the abrasive. They're not the abrasive, but they've got magical properties where the hairs are so strong they go in and they grab the burr. Oh, lovely. Okay, well, that didn't take long. Ha! Done. Nice. Number one. Number two. A traditional German style. This has also got a very fat edge, so I'm going to increase the angle to about 34, maybe 36. I'm going to try 36 and see how that looks. 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 36 and see how because these really do need thinning, and I'm just not the thinning guy. See if we can get this one done much quicker. So let's increase the angle out to say 17. Let's try 18 degrees per side. Nailed it. Let's see what that looks like. Still very, very large. Oh well, it is what it is now. Should have started at 20 degrees per side. Ooh, big, big bevel. Oops, what's happening here? Okay. So when you're faced with a fat knife, push that angle right up there. Otherwise you're going to end up with a big, big bevel. Now some of you may not be understanding why that is. I'll demonstrate in a second. Just let me finish this for a minute. Okay, so imagine two pieces of wood. One is that thin, one is that fat, representing the knife. Thin knife, fat knife. Same angle. Let's say you choose an angle 30 degrees. 30, or let's go with 45 because that makes sense. You can see that. So 45 degrees on the thin piece will be a little bevel that big. That same angle on the fat piece will be a bevel that big. Understand? So you can't just use the same angle on every knife. You've got to account for its thickness. Or you can start thinning knives, but that takes a lot of effort and skill, which you can learn by watching other YouTubers do it. I know a local sharpener who is a specialist in Japanese knives. He's got $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 worth of whetstones in a big cabinet. He's got them all of them, naturals, all the grades, and he refuses to do thinning because he says it kills his shoulder, takes too long, has to charge too much. People may as well just buy another knife or deal with the angle that he gives them. This is not going to be a 1 hour job. And I suspected as much when I saw the condition of these knives, but you know, rightly so. I should be charging more for these, but whose fault is it? Is it mine because I didn't choose the right angle, or is it the knife because it's in such poor condition and super fat? I'm going to give it a bit of an 80 just to roughen it up a little bit, help us speed along. Okay, well, I've got a burr everywhere. Okay, let me smooth the wheel off again with the 320 and give it a nice finish. You can rock it if you're worried about wearing it out in one spot. They last a long time, these. I've got the good ones. Not as cheap as the others you can buy on eBay. You can buy these on eBay if you want, but my experience was, and a lot of you know this already, but I'll just tell the new guys, why would you pay for my more expensive plates when you can get cheap plates on eBay? Well, because they're cheap and they wear out very quickly. I went through about 4 or 5 different brands from 4 or 5 different sellers until I found this one, which was the only ones that lasted a long time. So I did a deal with the guy. I said, hey man, if I buy a lot of them, can you send them to me wholesale? He goes, yep. So I now have a deal where I buy 50 or 100 at once. And hopefully sell them all to you guys. A lot of you have bought them, thank you very much. Go off to isharpenshop.com and grab yours. Make your Tormek life much easier. It works on the SG wheels, on the SB wheels, even works on the Japanese wheels if you want. A little bit uneven on this side, let me try that again. Bit difficult with these long knives to be consistent on such a long journey, but sharpness is always there. It just looks a bit weird sometimes at the back. Alright, we're burred up. Few little crackly bits left over, so keep going. It's got to glide smoothly on the fingernail. That's the only real test. You want to be a good sharpener, you've got to learn what it feels like on the fingernail. And of course I'm touching very lightly. I'm in no danger of cutting myself. but as soon as the edge catches, I stop. And I know that needs more deburring. A little bit more. And there's no point just running it on the leather, you need compound. I use the Veritas chrome oxide bars, and you should too. If you want to get the results that I'm getting, that is. There are lots of ways to sharpen. Sharpening is the oldest skill known to man. If you think about it, that's the first thing that they did back then. Sharpen sticks to go chasing the woolly mammoths. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, isn't that a lot of animal to eat? What are you going to do with a whole entire mammoth? Grab yourself a snack. Smaller animal. What's wrong with you? Alright, let's see. Did I succeed? Beautifully. Beautifully. Alright. Number 2. Now this one is a beautiful saboteur, but it's very fat. So I'm going to really crank up the angle on this one and get a little tiny bevel, because I don't want to go through that again. So I'm going to take it up to, I'm going to start at 25 per side. Sounds ridiculous. Now, do you know the difference between a French and a German knife? French knives are very straight. German knives are more curved. See that? Curved, straight, curved, straight, straight, curved. I was watching Anton, which I linked. Anton, you know Anton. He created what I consider to be the best knife video ever. He talks about knives, talks about sharpening, talks about how to use them, which ones to have, all that stuff. I linked it in my posts, so you go to my community tab and you'll see that there's a link there. Go and watch it, it's fantastic. If I remember, I'll link it in this description as well. So let me crank this up to 25, and if the bevel is too small, I'll bring it back a bit. I just don't want to have a ginormous bevel on such thick knives. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Beautiful, nice and small. I'll come and show you in a minute. And this looks like a normal bevel now at 25 degrees. That's amazing. Have a look at this. So this is very thick. Very thick. All right, so this is what I got. And this is the 25 degree that I've just put on. See? That looks normal. but it's 25 degrees. That's 50 degrees combined. This is more like a cleaver now. Hi, Mr. Chili. A lot of you have been buying him a little snack for 10 bucks. Thank you very much. That really helps us. Every little thing that you donate or support the site with helps us stay here and live the good life. And by the good life, I don't mean a rich life. Don't worry about that. I'm not living that. I mean the free life. I work from home, which I would wish for every man alive, to be able to work from home in a workshop doing things that you love. I've got my motorbike right there. I've got my polishing business. I've got my dog. I can get up when I want. I can go to sleep when I want. I can do whatever hours I want. It's a great life. Freedom is the one thing we all want above all other things. I wrote about that in my book. You know, creating massive wealth is really only to get the freedom, first of all, so you can live the life that you want. But once you've got enough, and there is a level at which enough is enough, that doesn't mean that you can stop making money. That means that you now have the power to continue making money, become a trillionaire if you have to, because what can you do with that money? You can go and help other people, can't you? You can become a philanthropist, or you can build businesses and give people jobs and pay them properly. You see? Money equals freedom. And that was an unexpected lecture, wasn't it? Tell me in the comments if you agree. Hey, do you guys follow Legit Streetcars, Alex? Legit Streetcars. Via the power of YouTube, he also is living a fantastic life. He just bought a massive workshop with multiple hoists and room. He was doing burnouts inside. It was so big. For free. Paid by the advertisers. You don't pay, I don't pay. Advertisers pay me to get in front of you. And everyone's happy. He also sells a lot of merchandise. He's got lots and lots of t-shirts. He sells stuff for cars and detailing and what have you. But he's also now making so much money from his YouTube channel. So you go and have a look and see Legit Streetcars. You go and have a look and you watch and count his numbers on his videos and times those by 10 bucks per 1,000 views. So for every 100,000 views, he makes 1,000 bucks. Is that right? Did I get that right? Yep. Because for every million. Now for my shorts, I've got one short that's going off at the moment. 1,600,000 views, 1.6 million views on this short that's running at the moment, going a little bit viral. You can go and search for it if you want. And I made 160 bucks. So I'm making 100 bucks per million views on shorts. You don't get paid much for shorts. But they can also go mega viral like my last one. I've only had 2 virals. The first one was 57 million. And I made about 4,300 bucks in about 3 days. weird. Let me test it. Oh, silky smooth. Strop. So what do you think of my t-shirt idea? This is not a knife, and we could make anything that's not a knife, really. Because the ideas for a knife where you got knives on your t-shirt, boring. Boring. Although I did have an idea where, you know, the keep on trucking guy, if you're holding a knife in the foreground and then a little tiny chef in the background with that's not a knife. So I like the idea. It's stuck with me. I've been thinking about it for days and days now. And I like the that's not a knife t-shirt idea. So every week I can come up with, or every now and then I can come up with a new idea. One of them will definitely be the motorcycle, this picture here with that's not a knife. I'm amused by that, I don't know, call me crazy. So let's test. Slices just like a slicey thing. A little bit tricky, but remember this is 50 degrees. Might give it a few more goes. See if we can get it to slice beautifully like anything else. So what does that tell you? Is it the angle that makes for sharp, or is it the edge? The answer is, of course, it's the edge. The very edge. The very, very, very top. That's where the sharpness is. The rest of it is just like bulldozer ploughing through the food. But the bulldozer, in other words, the bevel angle, won't have any effect unless that edge is super sharp. That's where the steel meets the meat. Okay, not as beautiful as the super thin ones, but I'm still happy with that. Let me test it on a piece of paper. Beautiful. A little bit loud, but not bad. It'll definitely do something. So 3 knives. How long has it been now? Oh Lord. 54 minutes. Oh well. Plow on. So if so what's this worth to me now? So let's say 20 bucks each, so 11 knives times 20, that's 220. If it took me all day to make that, I could still make a living. And it's going to take me, what, hour and a half. And the only thing stopping you from making, you know, from being busy all day is your marketing power. Go and have a look at my movie called $1,000 a Day is Knife Sharpening, the Ultimate Side Gig, or something like that. We've just put a brand new thumbnail on there with me, actually me, not AI me, a little bit AI, holding the Baz knife. We'll talk about the Baz knife in a minute. Now this is also thick, so I'm going to continue with this angle. This one's a little bit lower, so probably around about 24 degrees per side, so maybe 45. Let's take it down to 23 degrees, so 46 degrees. That's what it is now. Are these angles shocking you? Goes to prove, doesn't it? Got a burr already. This turbocharged business, super ace. Really does the job of a higher grit in the same amount of time, but finishes off at a softer grit. And by softer, you know what I mean, finer. Nothing could be finer than a bevel that is finer. Oh, g'day. I have a customer. You want to hang around? Stand by while I go and attend to my customer. Okay. So this actual customer is standing right behind you now. You can say hello.
Hello there.
There you go. Came to watch me finish up. You've seen this before though, haven't you? Yeah. So this whole set will be on video on YouTube. I'll send you the link. Do you ever watch YouTube on your at home on your TV? Okay, so I'll send you the link, and then you'll know. You just click on that, and you can watch me talking about all sorts of things. Sometimes I talk about weird things, but you know, that's why they love me. Isn't that right? See my new motorbike?
Yes.
You saw it the other day?
Beautiful.
I have. Not finished yet, nearly finished. Well, he just had a nap, so it's time for his. He's just had a sleep, so it's time for his nap.
Okay.
You finish up for today, have you? Yeah. Business growing?
Yeah.
Excellent.
The only problem with this Australia is not.
It's in a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Australia is in a mess.
The people of the helm.
The government is, it's a bit weird. And that's one of its good points. These new laws they just brought in with the taxation and all that, crazy.
That's why I want to leave. I'm going to take the business.
You going back home, back to Italy, or where?
Italy,
Still the same? Where else could you go?
Morocco.
Morocco?
Yeah, I tell you what.
It's a good idea. We're discussing this on the YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. So why wouldn't you want to go to Morocco? I'm telling you, you know what I mean? I'd go to Morocco.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place, I tell you. Casablanca is amazing.
Ah, yes.
City.
This one's got a little chip. So I'm just working through the chip. Sometimes I don't see the chip until I go to the next stage over there. So I was just explaining to the my fine viewers that when you have a fat knife, sometimes you have to increase the angle. And so what that means is that, you know, ideally you want a thin knife and a very steep angle, so it's beautiful slicing. But sometimes when you grind the knife down, it starts to get into the fat area. And so in order for me to continue grinding it, I have to increase the angle. Otherwise, I get a bevel that goes halfway down the knife. No good. Hard to get beautiful. So I increased the angle, but it's still sharp. All those that you just saw, they were open angles. So it's still good, but they're different. The problem with a steep angle is that when you're cutting the carrots, they'll get 3/4 of the way and then they'll break.
See.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. You see how big that bevel is? But still, that'll do a good job now. These were sharpened by, some of them were done by me, weren't they? But some of them are from the belt sanding guy in the van. Is that correct? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Let's not mention his name. But sometimes they're in a hurry because they're very cheap. So they can't spend, like I spent 30 minutes on one of those knives. You can't do that when you're charging $5, you know? Oh, nearly there. That Saboteur knife, the French one, has got some good history, huh? What's the story on that one? So I was just explaining to them that a French knife is very straight. This one here is the Saboteur, this one. See, so it's very straight, whereas the German knives have got a bend, a belly. Yeah.
It's a Saboteur.
Yeah, French, old knife, that one. Where did you get that from? Has that got a story?
No, I read it from my first chef.
Oh, okay.
Memento.
Yep.
We're going to make a YouTube video, eh?
I'm recording right now. All our conversations. I have a YouTube channel. I have about 80,000 subscribers. Some of them are watching right now. Hello. And so I sell things to them. Sometimes I sell tools for sharpening. I sell, you know, I even have my knife there that I was thinking about bringing back online. Some people like, I showed you my knife.
Yes.
You know my knife, yeah.
I remember.
This one here.
That's lovely.
So you see how thin that is?
Yeah.
Right? Feel that thin, and then feel your German.
Oh, the German is...
See, thick. It's very thick, you know? Yeah. Doesn't mean that this can't be sharp. It just means it has a different job now, right? Different role. Okay, that's good enough. I think we've got some fine weather now coming in the next few days. Not a cloud in the sky. I should be riding my motorcycle. Not during the day, it's dangerous. Everybody's texting. Nobody knows how to drive. I drive at night, at midnight. I go down to the beach by myself, nobody on the road. I go there, I come back, I'm full up, you know. Chili does not like when I go on a motorbike ride.
No.
He gets all grumpy. And then as I'm about to leave, he doesn't look at me. He looks away. No, not looking at you, mate. Every time if I reach for my helmet, my jacket, he gets really upset. And then when I come back, he jumps on me, and I come out and I find all my shoes and my t-shirts and my hat and everything on the grass out here. It's like, I'll teach him, leave me and abandon me. I'll put all his clothes on the lawn. That'll learn him a good lesson.
Are you listening?
Talking about you, mate.
Yes, you.
People like to watch me work and have my day, you know what I mean? It's on the YouTubes now, everything is all sensational and it has to be fast and big and things, you know, but for me, they like to watch me just working. Just working. It's a good thing. I'm very lucky. I have very good viewers, very good subscribers. Let's test. That's lovely. Even fat, still good, you know? Because cutting, I was just telling them, cutting is on the very edge. The fatness, the angle, it's secondary, right? The most important thing is the very, very edge. That has to be sharp. And by using the razor and the honing, I get this very, very sharp. So yeah, so that's good. Now the next one. Oh, this will be very quick. This is a Thomas knife. Do you remember where you got this from? I'll tell you if you want. This one came free from Coles.
Yes.
On the vouchers. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yep.
So,
But if you feel this, see how thin it's thin? Right on the edge, it's thin. So this will cut nice, but the steel is a little bit not so good, and so it doesn't last as long. But it will be sharper for the fine things, tomato, this will go straight through. Yep. So let me just drop that angle back down to a 32.
I'm not in a hurry.
No hurry. Look, these will be quicker than all those. So if you want, hang around. Hang around.
No, I've got a couple of errands to run.
Okay, and then come back. Yep.
I come back,
I'll text you if I'm done.
Yeah.
And
I'll try and come back.
okay,
Otherwise, it'll be tomorrow.
tomorrow's fine by me.
No worries.
All right. Well, let's just hang around for this one. People ask me, why are you so steady, Because I used to be a welder. And with welding, it's the same. Steady, 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 you know?
When I was young in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
I was 18, 17, oh no, early, maybe 16. My father sent me to this place where they done welding and they were building large machinery.
Mm-hmm.
And I never forget the first day. My eyes went out here.
Oh,
Because of the welding.
you were looking at the welding. Nobody told you. Oh, no. You got a welding flash. I've got lots of welding flashes, I'll tell you. It feels like somebody threw sand in your eyes. Yeah. But look, the good news is that the welding flash, it doesn't affect your eyesight permanently. It's a temporary injury. So it's not permanent, yeah. That's a horrible feeling. Any of you guys ever got a welding flash? Another one of the problems with these cheaper knives is that the handles are hollow. So when the knife goes low, I can't grind here because it'll open up a hole, right? And so these are hollow, but your global knives, I don't know if you know this, but they've got sand inside. They've got sand inside to make them heavy. Feel the heavy, right? And now feel this one, light. So it's heavy up here, but you know, it's very light, yeah. That one's a very special knife. I'll be doing one side only.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it now? Almost 4 o'clock. Oh, 2 o'clock, good, perfect. Because I have to go out and catch a, I have to buy some parts from a brake and clutch specialist. So hopefully we'll get everything done before then. Okay.
I'm not in a hurry for this.
No problems. I want to get them out of here as well. The one you took home before, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Who does all the cooking at home?
We share it.
You share it?
Yeah.
Are you making sausages this season? I think we had a conversation about that,
Yes,
didn't we?
I did. I made
You did?
sausages.
Please bring me some Italian sausages.
Yeah,
I love them.
they're hanging.
They're hanging, good. Don't forget me. So some for my sharpener. Nope, still catching a little bit, so not quite ready. Turn it over onto the ridges side of the kangaroo tail. It makes it, it's a bit more, it's a bit coarser. So I use the kangaroo tail. This is the back inside where the meat. This is the outside, the skin. And it's got the ridges, see the little ridges? And that helps to dig out all the rough metal and makes it smooth. Because when I grind it on here, it creates a lot of rough metal. We call it a burr. Nice. Well, a little bit more. I'll continue working on that. But I'll let you go. Back in a minute. So if you want, come back in an hour. I should be ready. Or tomorrow if you want. We can do it tomorrow. All right, well, if it's tomorrow, then I'll go off and do my job even if I'm not finished. And I'll have them done when I come back and they'll be ready for tomorrow.
No problem.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Enzo. Bye-bye. What a nice man. That was Enzo. So what's going on here, I wonder? Still smooth, so should be good. Better. Pretty cheap knife, that one, so don't expect too much performance out of it. Okay, now let's do the single bevel Global G7. I use these for fish. Now I've done this one before. I'll show you something. And you can see my bevel is still there. I'm just going to copy that. That looks about right, doesn't it? I'm just going to do that. One hour 16. Oh, we might get a respectable time. So how do I do that? I do that by, oh, where's my marker? It's over here on the bench. So I just lay a mark. Lay it on the wheel and I drag the wheel until the mark shows that I'm scratching on the bevel. So that has to come up a bit. And I'll measure the bevel later in a minute so you can see what I ended up doing it at. More. Right, more. Nearly there. It's got a different sound when it's on the bevel. I reckon that's us. So I wonder, wonder what that angle is. So I'll loosen off this knob here so that I can wiggle this. So I can wiggle this, put it up against the knife, get it so it sits flat, grip it with my finger, tighten the knob, and it is, what do you reckon it is? 28, 27 and a half, oh no, 28 and a half, 29. So, just to put that into perspective, if you don't know what that means, a normal knife that we like, a nice thin knife, 30 degrees. So this, even though it's measured, it's only on one bevel side, it's now 29 degrees. So this has not only got a flat back, but it's also got a sharper angle than a normal knife. That's why they work so well. And they're very easy, because you only have one side to do. Get one of these. Go to iSharpenShop.com. Check them out. All prices include shipping and everything. I pay the, so if a lot of you guys in America are buying them, I will pay all the tariffs. It's all included in the price. Nothing more to pay, all done and done. I have a good burr and that's done. I'll show you. See? And that looks correct, doesn't it? Nice. But I have noticed one thing, and that is it feels a bit coarse, so I'm going to just smooth off the wheel a bit with my 320 plate. One pass is all I need. And give it a final run. See, it sounds much quieter now, doesn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'll show you the difference. We're getting not a shine, but a gleam. I think we could call it a gleam, couldn't we? Let's have a look. See that? Much better. More fine. That's about 1,000 grit there. See? Beautiful, beautiful. Magnifique. Muy. Magnifico. Polioreo. Now it's important when you're honing the back where the burr is. The burr is obviously on the back. That you do it flat. Otherwise you put on too much of a secondary minor bevel, but you don't want that. So I'm going to lay it flat down on the wheel. check it. Still a few little crusty bits. So this is not a knife t-shirts. Good idea? And again, tell me, when you buy online t-shirts that you want, how much are you paying for them? In your currency. So if you're American, mention US dollar. How much would you normally pay for a t-shirt? Because then I'll be able to work backwards from what you guys think is a fair price and see if I can get them, not cheap. I don't want cheap t-shirts. I want them to be Gildan or something half decent, Fruit of the Loom or something, so that they last, they're quality. I get these t-shirts from Vistaprint. I am dressed by Vistaprint. And these are Gildan t-shirts. They're very good, thick, nice, proper. All right. Can't believe you're still watching. Thank you very much. You're awesome. Bit pushy, see that? Bit misbehaving. Not good enough yet. Oh, it's even picked up some extra bit. Let's just test it on the side. Oh, magnifico. I have a phone call coming in. Sorry, can't answer the phone right now. We're done on that one. What's going on there? Oh no, fine. Now you'll notice that I still have the old picture of the old jig. They don't look like that. They haven't got baz. But I've been thinking we're trying to get a prototype version. The next version of this is going to be the same. This is thick, big shaft, big cup. I might make the cup a little bit bigger, but as far as strength goes, this is plenty strong. And I'm thinking maybe I could put branding on the front there somehow. But I don't want it to be painted in or anything like that. I want it to be printed in. Baz. Or iSharpen, maybe with the address at the back. iSharpenShop.com. What do you reckon? Good idea? Those of you who are into marketing, you know how important branding is, but the reason that this doesn't have any branding is because the previous had the branding on the side as a cut-in, which weakened the shaft. Some people were finding that it got a little bit wobbly and a little bit cracked as well, so I was replacing them. This, no such problem. 100% fill. This is a full 100% solid piece of, can't remember the type of plastic that it is, but it's the good one, strong. We tested it by trying to break them. Couldn't break them. All right, now, next. Can't carving knife. Same brand. This is Thomas, and they were given away at the supermarket for loyalty points. So I'm going to bring that right down. Do you know what? I'm a little bit hot, so I'm going to take this t-shirt off. I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. Oh. So what are we aiming for here? We're aiming for 34 degrees, I think. 34. 17 per side. Nice and conservative. We'll leave those as really low angles for the super awesome knives. A normal kitchen knife is going to be plenty sharp. 34, 36, 38, even 40 degrees. That's 20 degrees per side. 18, 16, 14. Once you start going down to, sorry, not 14. (18, 16, 17, 16). Once you get down to 16 and 15 and 14, then you better have a great knife that can handle that angle. So poor old Enzo got a welding flash at 16 years old. That's no good. Day one. It's a bit shocking there was no one there to help him with safety. I can't believe the old timers would have just been using no masks for welding. Pardon me. Apparently one of these buttons is mute. I don't know which one. Only got two buttons. One of them would be noise reduction. The other one is power. I was pissed as a mute once. Or is that mute? Is it mute or mute? In Australia, when we say pissed, we mean drunk. If we're angry, we're pissed off. Get it right. Nice. Now, if this is your first visit to my channel and you're still watching, you're a dead set bloody legend. I want you to leave a comment telling me that so that I can call you a dead set bloody legend to your face in the comments. If you're a regular and still watching, then you're just a regular legend, which is still pretty good. If you want an upgrade, let me know. Nice. Nice. There goes Chili. You want to say hello? Come and say hello. Come here. Come. Woof. And walks out. He refused to sleep in his own bed last night for some reason. And he played dead man. Just not moving. You can move if you want. I'm staying right here. He's a big dog, takes up a lot of room. So that's not a knife, a dog photo, Chili. That's not a knife. I could put a flower for the girls. Let me know if you're a girl. What t-shirt would you want to buy that says, that's not a knife? We could have guns. We could have, what else could we have? Boxing gloves. Whatever you're into, I could adapt to that theme. Because none of those are knives. I think it's a little bit brilliant. Is it? Let me know. I think it is. And it's a bit humorous. Look, sniffling. Always great for YouTube videos when the presenter sniffles. Nice. Okay. 4 to go. Oh, this one's so heavy. It's very fat, so I'm going to take this one up to 40 degrees. Very fat. And it's been beveled over as well. It's got a convex edge. Don't know if you can see that. A convex edge. But I'll put a little bevel on there. It'll be sharper than a sharp thing. Let's take this out to 20. You know what? I'm feeling frisky, so I'm taking it out to 22, which is 44 degrees. Oh. Lift it up a little bit more. That should be enough. And if I'm climbing up the knife, then geez. No, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. Sounds a bit rough, which means that that side of the wheel has gotten coarse again. It needs a touch of the 320. We'll do that in a minute. I'm going to use that coarseness to move that bevel, and then I'll come in and finish it off in a minute. So now listen to this side. You'll see it's smoother down on this side. Listen. See, smoother. And then when I reach over onto that side, it gets rough. I have a burr, but I just want to develop it a bit more. So I hope that catchphrase isn't copyrighted. Wouldn't that be a bummer? Or is it a pisser? That's enough talk. Yeah, that'll be rough. Because we could always put his hat on there as well with the crocodile teeth in the side of the hat. Chili's back in the house. On the ground. The chili has landed. That's enough. Actually, this side is a bit bigger than this side, so I'm going to give this side a bit more. Engineering eye. You can tell instantly. If you can tell instantly, then you know it's wrong. If you have to go and use measuring instruments, then you pretty much nailed it. All right, we're done. Now, if you want to participate in the conversation, but you don't want to say something silly, or you're not quite sure whether you should ask a question, you can absolutely answer a question. As far as I know, am the only channel possibly on Earth that has answered or acknowledged every single comment that has ever been laid since the beginning, over 800 plus videos. I don't know what number I'm up to now. Let's have a look. Because my aim when I started this channel was to make 1,000 videos and then assess. So, view channel, more info. Oh, it doesn't tell you. Analytics. Oh, it used to tell me how many videos I had up. Oh, there's all my subscribers. I didn't know I could get that. Where does it tell you how many videos I've created? It used to say it right up at the top here. When you click more, I'll have to figure that out. Maybe it's only on the desktop. I wonder if I go to the iSharpen channel, does it tell me there? 940 videos. It tells you on the desktop channel. That's a mighty effort. Since when? More info. April 1st, 2024. So April 1st, 2026 was 2 years, so 2 and a bit years. Not a bad effort. You know, the hilarious thing, as I said before, is that they're all almost identical. They're all the same video. Who would have ever thought of that as a plan? And yet, here you are, watching, enjoying, joining me in my work day, learning a thing or two, having a laugh. So it is the middle of winter in Adelaide at the moment. Have a look at this sky. Middle of winter. And there's Chili. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Hello, Chili. So yeah, look at that sky. Magnificent. That's good. Motorbike. Love that motorbike. My black Suzuki, this petrol tank belongs to, is coming along as well. It's getting a new engine. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to be magnificent. It's probably going to have over 120 horsepower, which means that it's going to take off without me. That's fine. I'm not a fast rider. I just have to be careful. Be ashamed to lose me at this late stage. So how am I going to get to 100,000 subscribers? Please, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let's get a drive going so that I can reach 100,000. After that, the only other goal is 1 million, and that'll never happen, but you know, not without viral videos. That one viral video that went to 57 million added 50,000 subscribers to my channel. One short. Now, those guys don't rock up much. To be honest, it's only you guys, the regulars. So I reckon there's probably maybe 10, 20,000 regulars, of which, you know, not everyone rocks up. A lot of you are leaving very early in the movies. Oh, that was a great start, but a poor finish. So yeah. In case you're wondering how much I make from that much, the views and everything I make, this month I've put hardly any movies up, so just idling along, makes about $17 a day. Which may seem like a lot, it may seem like a little. Oops, I've done that. What am I doing? But every month they pay, that's a few $100 in the bank. What's wrong with that? Just rocks up for free. Helps me pay my rent, as do you. Yeah. Okay, 3 more. This is a regular carving knife. This shouldn't take long. And then a boning knife, and then the filleting, which we're going to use the long knife jig on because it's very flexible. Well, they call it a long knife jig, but it's actually a flexible knife jig. Oh, now, what angle do I put that on? We don't want 20 plus, we want, let's go with 17 degrees. So, no, 16, 17, 18 degrees. 36 degrees total. My camera went flat. And I said some excellent stuff. Never mind, let's progress. So that's nearly done. I've got 2 knives left to go. Boning knife. Looks like I've done this one before. Microphone falling. There we go. I don't think you missed very much. But the important bits are, go to isharpenshop.com, leave a comment, tell me where you are, what's happening, do you like my t-shirt idea, and other stuff. Bird up. Might grade it again with my 320. And if you have a black stone, if you converted to the black stone, which I suggest you do, you absolutely need these. Go and grab a pair. See how much smoother it is now? And I'm now grinding at around about 1,000 grit, which is perfect. It's like the sweet spot of knife grind. Yes, you can make them all mirror and shiny, that's what these blue wheels are for, but I've not found them to be much sharper because of that. I'm just checking the camera now because there's a little blue light on my receiver for this microphone that tells me if I'm still recording. So if you're a new sharpener, watching these long videos is beneficial because you can see how long it takes me, real world. Right, so you can set my times as a goal. You can use my times for setting your prices. And here's a piece of advice that I got from a multi ultra millionaire. He said, Baz, if you're going to start a little business, he says you're going to have 3 types of weeks. You're going to have a shit week, you're going to have a normal week, and you're going to have a week type where you are flat out busy. Make sure that you can earn a living on a shit week. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling to have a busy week in order to just make a living, and that's very stressful. If you make a living on a shit week, and then when you're having a normal week, then you should be making pretty good money. And if you are flat out, then you should be cleaning up and making bucket loads and pocketfuls of cash. Won't happen very often. 2 or 3 times a year you have those big weeks. So that's the advice, and I've priced yourself to that degree. So don't presume that you're going to be very, very busy and you're going to price your knives at $5 each, because you're not going to have those busy days very often. You don't want that. Now, how much should you earn? Well, if you're having a flat out fantastic week, best day ever, you should be earning about $1,000 current rates. So work that out. $1,000 is at $10 a knife. That's 100 knives. 100 knives over 8 hours. What's that? 100 knives, calculator. 100 divided by 8 hours is 12 knives an hour. That's a bit of an ask, right? But what if you were to work 10 hours? Get them all done. Then you're at $1,000. Do you need $1,000? You don't need $1,000. So let's say on average, minimum is, say, 7 knives an hour. So 7 times 8 is 56 knives in one day. 56 times, say, $10, $560 a day. That's not a bad living, right? I charge 20, so obviously I'm making $1,000 if I was to ever do 50 knives. Advice. Yes, that is financial advice, actually. So there you go. It is general in nature. So don't try and sue me if you don't make that much money, but just so you can know. And of course, let's just say you're doing an hour after work. You do 10 knives after work, it takes you an hour, hour and a half. Well, there's an extra $100 in your pocket, or $200 if you're charging $20. And if you're slicing through cigarette papers and you're not charging $20, the equivalent in America is about, say, $15 per knife, then you're not respecting your own skill. This is a good skill. If you can sharpen and slice through a tally-ho, or a Rizzler green or Rizzler red, reds are thinner, then, so if you are, then you are a premium sharpener, man. Premium. Not everyone can do this. Right? I'm teaching you a skill that will make you financially free, in the sense that you won't have to go to a job. You won't even have to go to a business place. You can work from home. You can work out of the trunk or boot of your car. Yep. These are portable. Look. Lift it up. Take it away with you. I think starting a knife sharpening business is the best business idea I've ever had, ever. And I want it for you too. Even if you only do a few knives on weekends, you know, if you do the mathematics, you should be able to make more money after work than you do at work. Think about that. No need, no reason to be broke these days, not with this skill. Let's say it cost you $2,000 to buy a brand new outfit with a Blackstone. You only need one machine. How quickly can you get that back? 2,000 divided by $10. How long is it going to take you to do those knives? This one's been a bit of a bastard. See, persistence. Oh, a little bit catchy right at the end. Huh. That was you, Rob. No, Michael. Michael from Perth. Said he got his stuff. He ordered everything from the shop. Everything. 2 of everything. He's a very serious guy, setting himself up exactly what I was just talking about as a knife sharpener. Good on you, Michael. Thank you for your support. You've now got the best of everything. I believe you're about to retire. Is that what you're saying? Currently working very hard as a welding inspector in the desert. Good enough. Very sharp. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Secondary test. Lovely. One more knife to go. And it's a special. It is a flexible knife. Not only that, but look how small it is. So, we've got a couple of challenges. First of all, we need, this is my medium size. It's got a wider grip than this one, which means that it stabilizes the knife so it doesn't bend as much, right? That's that. There's also, that one, I had one of these and I cut it down. Chop, chop. This is the long knife or the flexible knife jig, but have a look. Doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. So, this is too flexible. So if I used to use this, look at this. No good. So as you're see, it's bending. We don't want that. So I have a compromise. This is the old style, where the thumb cup came from. I make no secret about that. So now I could mount it near the handle, but if I come away from the handle's right there. So this area here is still very, very stiff. Plus the knife starts here. So what we want to do is support that tip as much as possible and move up towards the tip as far as you can. Do up your number 1, do up your number 2, and that should be enough to be able to sharpen. And for these filleting knives, I drop them down as far as possible before the knife jig starts scraping the wheel. That should land me at around about 14 degrees per side from experience. So that's about there. Let's test my theory. Oh, 18. Can I drop it more? Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, that's about as far as I want to go. Not bad. It's a very thin knife, so it should be fine. Right, finishing up the last knife. And of course, what you don't want is the aluminium jig to touch the wheel, because it'll fill the wheel with aluminium. No good. And I just did that. Oh well. Not the end of the world, it just means that you've got to, you can hear it? No. I'll tell you what the problem is with that. Look, I'll bring you up close. Oop, I've got to get the cable out. Oh, look here. See the little bits of aluminium? Now, I've got to hit that with the 80 grit plate, and that'll take it off. Look at that. No good. No drama. You just lose a bit of wheel. That's all. So, oh, what's this? Oh, I left this one behind. Oh, it's already done. Oh, you know what this is? This is the one that you missed when the battery went flat. But I believe that this is finished. Let me just triple check. Yep. So first of all, I've got to raise this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be plenty. Now I have to clean the aluminium off with my 80 grit plate. Another reason to get these plates is that if you accidentally touch, you can clean them up with this. And that is clean, all gone. Trust me. I'll do it on the 80 grit and then I'll come and refine it in a minute. See, now I'm not touching. And they should be even on both sides, so if you're not touching on one side, you probably won't touch on the other. You know what's funny? When they went from this handle to this little silly thing, one thing I missed was that thumb cup. But look at that thumb cup compared to mine. Mine is way bigger. And I noticed that I was kind of on the edge here, whereas on this, I'm right in. And the next version is going to be even bigger. For those with fat thumbs, I had somebody say, mate, I've got fat thumbs, can you make it bigger? So we might make it bigger. And there's no harm, every thumb will fit. So yeah. It's one for the stiff ship book. Still not there yet. Now, if you've already bought one of my older versions of the jig handle and you want to buy another one, hit me up, and if you catch me in a good mood, I might even give you a little discount code to help out with that cost. But if it's working fine, keep using it. They're by no means essential. As in, essential to upgrade. It's just nice to have. Chili's back in the house, grumbling as usual. As he gets older, he starts grumbling. Did I tell you Chili's getting married in December? We may have found him a girlfriend. We'll have lots of little Chili's running around. Wouldn't that be fun? Not fun. But it'd be good to give him a son, because he's such a good bloke that his temperament is a waste of genes if we don't get more dogs like him in the gene pool. It's not a certain thing. We've still got to work through the logistics, because the owner of the girl, or the bitch, said, well, I don't want 10 puppies running around. I can't do that. I've got a business to run. And I said, well, I can't have 10 puppies. What am I going to do? Bring your girl dog here and have them all running around? My landlord would go lose it. So I have to come up with a solution. Don't know what that's going to be. Do you know of a solution? Can we get surrogate parents to come and raise them until they're ready to go? What's a magnificent Ridgeback pup worth, I wonder? Back in COVID days, they were going for $8,000 or $9,000 each. Can you believe that? I think these days they're about $3,000 or $4,000 each. And Ridgebacks are such magnificent dogs. If you've known a Ridgeback, make a comment, because they're magnificent dogs. Magnificent. Muy magnifico. All right, we're done. That was the last knife. Let's get it stropped up. If you're wondering what that is, it's a squeezy clamp for a fuel line on the Kawasaki. Old original style. Not quite there yet. Done. And done. Lower the water. Always lower your water. And I'll put the wet patch at the top. That's what someone said. And we're done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 knives. in, what was that, a couple of hours? Not even. Hour and a half, something like that. But we're done. Thank you very much for your support. Thanks for watching this whole movie. Leave a comment down below. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And of course, hit the like button. Why aren't people hitting the like button anymore? You don't like the movies? I like the movies. So go off to iSharpenShop.com. Have a look around, browse, have a look. Don't forget you get your discount code by refreshing the page. It comes up at the top. And pick up yourself some grading plates. You get the pair for the one price. Pick yourself up a handle. Look, I've still got the old style handle on this. Works fine. Pick up a handle or two. Cheaper if you buy two. Get yourself a kangaroo tail strop. If you're in Australia, give Chili a $10 tip. Buy him some food. These are the ways you can support. But if you don't want to do any of that and you're not interested, that's fine. I still appreciate you. I still love you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next movie. That was good fun, wasn't it, Mr. Chili? Yes, he said.